All right. Sandwiches. Sandwiches. Those have they've always been a big part of my life, but lately I've been sandwiching it up.
And I'm hella hungry right now.
For real.
So this is about to be. If you hear my stomach, if you hear a noise going,
Put a mic to it.
Yep.
I'm playing a game where you have to make sandwiches a lot too, so that makes me hungry. So I'll be ordering like salami. My go-to right now is salami, boar's head turkey, a bunch of cheese, spicy mustard, mayonnaise.
Oh.
And sometimes like hot peppers.
Okay. You know, I think my go-to sandwich might be a tuna sandwich. I make a decent tuna, and
You toast the bread?
No.
I haven't been toasting the bread, but tuna is a great time with toasted bread.
It is. Have you do you like tuna melts?
That's just when you melt cheese on it, right?
Yeah. It's really good. Tuna melts are really, really good.
I'm sure that's good, but the idea of fish and cheese at the same time kind of throws me off.
But the buttered toasted bread with the cheese and then the tuna, how I make it at least. I know that I have.
Do fish sandwiches usually have cheese on it?
Mm-mm.
No, right?
Mm-mm.
Well, guess what? I have a sandwich tier list. And it's horrible. So I think we should make our own. A lot of these I have never even heard of. Like number one is a croquet madame. So I don't know what country this is. But I'm just going to list some.
Is that French? That sounds French. Madame?
It does. Croquet madame. And that's like number one. That's an S tier. So there's a F tier. We don't really need a C tier. If it's not in B, it's probably F. So let's do F, B, A, and then S.
S is good or S is
the best?
S is the best.
Yeah. I don't know how that ended up happening.
Okay.
For me, it was like Sonic games. When you did like really, really good, you got S. And then if you did kind of good, you got A. I don't know what that means. Like A or super.
Maybe S for Sonic? Is that
No.
why?
No.
Oh.
That's just how they graded the levels. But
okay.
I think S might be super tier or something.
Oh,
something
okay.
Like that.
Okay, so we're going
strong. I don't know. So it's S, A, B, F.
Okay, so F kind of stays.
S is like
F is
God
always
tier.
Okay.
A is like this is a really good sandwich. B is like this is okay. F is trash.
Okay.
That's why I took C out because like if it's I don't know the difference between B and C.
Okay. Okay, lay it on me. I hope some of my favorites make it into this S tier.
Let's go with grilled cheese.
Ooh. Should I place them?
Yeah.
S. Definitely S tier. Grilled cheese is top tier if you know how to make it. Uh-oh. Come with the violence.
I might say A.
Grilled cheese?
Yeah, I might say A. Because when I think about the S tier, it's not touching any of them. I would, like all the ones that are S tier in my mind, I would have over a grilled cheese. But grilled cheese is really, really good.
Do you like it with tomato soup?
See, now we're adding,
adding
some stuff.
You supposed to eat
Pair it with tomato soup, it's S.
Okay.
For sure. But
okay, I'll give
that's
you
kind of crazy to have a whole other food as a tag team.
Yeah.
I don't know if any other sandwich does that.
Think about pastrami with the dip.
I was about to say au jus.
Au jus.
French dip. French dip is A. No, French dip is S. French dip is S.
For sure.
French dip by itself is B.
Okay.
Without the au jus is the whole thing.
Yeah.
So I'll give like a little asterisk. So
okay.
French dip by itself B. With the au jus is a S. Grilled cheese A. With tomato sauce S.
Okay.
Tomato soup. Sorry.
Tomato soup. I got you.
Let's go Philly cheesesteak. You've never had one.
I've never had a
You've
Philly
never had
cheesesteak
one.
Sandwich.
I'm going S.
Really?
I had a huge Philly cheesesteak phase, and I'm in California. They might not even respect the ones I ate.
You know what? I'm more excited about it now because you haven't let me. Whenever I was gonna order a Philly cheesesteak sandwich, just so I can just try to get the taste of it. You was like, nah, don't mess yourself up. Don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you gonna get a real Philly cheesesteak sandwich when you know, for your first time.
If you, I mean, you have a travel food show, so I think that you might as well have it like authentically. But there are some really good like authentic. I mean, we say that some authentic Philly cheesesteaks out here. I've never had a Philly cheesesteak from Philly, so and it's already S tier for me.
Okay.
Chicken Club.
I'm putting the Chicken Club. It goes S-A-B and then F-B.
Me too. Mm-hmm. Me too. Does it switch it up for Turkey Club?
No.
Really? You're not a fan of the Turkey Club?
You know, I like it better when I dip it with ranch.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay,
it's
you're
good.
a child.
It's good. Have you had it?
Well, here's the thing. I don't know what's different. Like, is the club just mean there's bread in the middle? Because everything else with the club is solid with me. It's tomato, bacon usually. The turkey is usually good. I like Turkey Club. I would put Turkey Club in A, Chicken Club in B.
I'm not a huge fan of turkey and bacon in the same sandwich.
Really?
I feel like they cancel each other out a little bit because they're both salty meats. So for me, I like bacon better on other sandwiches outside of, like, I don't like it on a ham sandwich. I'm not a huge fan of it on a turkey sandwich.
You ain't never been to Subway and got like turkey with some bacon added, or
I never put bacon
good
on my turkey sandwiches. Like, I get the Coca Trio whenever I haven't been to Subway in forever because I don't eat there no more. But when I did, Coca Trio, and I did not put bacon on it.
That's tough. That's tough. I'm putting Turkey Club in A.
I'm gonna keep it in B.
This is big for you. BLT.
Oh, that's a motherfucking S.
Already?
Oh, hell yes.
We just got on BLTs. BLTs have always been an option. I thought it was strange. I thought it was a bunch of sides, but that is a delicious sandwich.
It really is. It's so simple to make. It's easy. That sometimes the effort that it takes to put in to make it and the time can play a part in how good it tastes too. Because sometimes, you know how you cook for a long time, you make these delicious meals, but by the time you finish cooking, you exhausted and it's time to eat. You can't even eat that much. It's just quick. So with the BLT, all you got to cook is the bacon.
But now I'm saying you're making it. So you're getting the best tomatoes, the best bacon. Would you order a BLT at a restaurant or a sandwich shop?
Yes. So however, I've done something new with my BLTs.
Okay. So
now I use this dope ass bread, artisanal. Whew. That bread is just
so good.
Delectable. It's so good. So it's really soft. And then I get organic girl lettuce, which is very crunchy. So it's very just crisp and really good. And then, I have my bacon, and then I eat it with grape tomatoes on the side. So instead of slicing tomatoes,
you chase it with tomato.
I'm eating it like it's a sandwich with chips.
So that's what I'm saying. It's very custom to how you make it at home. I feel like you wouldn't like it as much if someone else made it with their ingredients. That's why it's an A for me, not an S.
It's an A. It's not an S for you. I'm obsessed with BLT.
I think that when you have control over the ingredients, it can be S tier. But for the most part, I don't know if I would trust. I don't think I would order a BLT at a sandwich shop.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's A for me.
I can see that. Okay. I got you.
PB&J.
So it depends.
Wow. Okay.
So PB&J regular, I'm going B.
Really? That's where it was on here, and that's why I didn't respect this list.
Fried PB&J, S.
As in fried on a skillet, or like you actually encompass it in fried?
No, skillet. So we could call it sautéed, but okay, remember when we went to Frightland and we had that fried PB&J?
Yeah, that was good. It was too much.
That was fantastic. That's where I got obsessed with it. And so I make my own every now and then when I need like a sweet treat because I don't really eat sweets like that. That fried PB&J is ridiculous.
I don't respect anybody's sandwich preferences if PB&J ain't at least A. That is like a top tier classic sandwich. It's S for me.
Oh, regular? Just like, what kind of, you use like strawberry or you use grape?
I typically use strawberry jelly. Smooth or crunchy. I typically did crunchy, but that sometimes tore up the bread. So I think that there's so many versions that you can do.
I do crunchy
toasted bread,
with grape.
non-toasted grape jelly. There's so many options, different peanut butters, different jellies. It is the skillet adds to it. That is an S tier sandwich.
Dang.
Pulled pork sandwich.
Pulled pork. I'm going A.
Really?
Pulled pork is really good.
It's good. I'm going B.
It's good. It's good.
It's cool.
Okay.
It's not a trash sandwich, but there are some good pulled pork sandwiches.
That's why I had to go A. It's not S for me, but I've had some really, really good pulled pork sandwiches.
I'm putting it in B only because I put grilled cheese in A, so I kind of upped the standards for my A squad. So
okay.
B it's not as good as a grilled cheese, but it isn't a bad sandwich.
Okay.
Po' boy.
I
B.
haven't had too many of those.
I don't like the bread that they use.
Yeah, it's not something that I've been like, oh, I want a po' boy sandwich. I probably got to go to Louisiana. Probably need to hit New Orleans and see what that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Sloppy Joe.
F.
You don't like a sloppy Joe?
Fuck.
I'm giving
sloppy Joe.
I'm giving it B.
Ew.
I would still eat a sloppy. I'll eat me a slop. Banh mi.
Ooh,
so good. I'll give it A.
Okay.
That's A for me.
Yeah, I can put that in A.
Ice cream sandwich.
You going S?
I don't eat them a lot, so I would put it next to grilled cheese.
Okay, so the Neapolitan one is the best ice cream sandwich.
I like those too.
But I'm putting it in B.
Really?
I'm not a huge ice cream person.
Okay, I can see that. That's not really like a Italian sub. S, baby. A good spicy Italian. That was my go-to.
Really?
Oh my God, fire.
I'm going B.
B for
Italian.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't like a good cold cut?
Oh wait, I'm thinking of like the Italian sandwiches
like salami,
with the sweet
pastrami. It's usually salami, maybe like pepperoni. It's like different cold cuts. Sometimes it's ham. I usually get spicy Italian.
Okay.
If it's just straight up Italian, I would do A.
Some type of sweet sauce in that?
I guess it depends on where you go. A lot of times it's like mustard and stuff. If it's regular Italian, I'll give it A, but spicy Italian is S for me.
Okay, then I'm still going B.
B? Mm-hmm. I've never seen you eat that.
No.
Pastrami. B. They be dry sometimes.
Okay, but pastrami from Langer's with the au jus?
That's what I'm saying. Au jus is typically not... French dip is usually what, like beef? Different types of beef?
Yeah, but that changed the game for that pastrami sandwich.
Pastrami with spicy mustard. I'll give it... I'm sticking with B.
It's good,
though.
I'm going A.
It's good, though. Jackfruit, F. I hate jackfruit.
I was about to say 0.
Jackfruit is F. I would even... Oh, meatball. Meatball for me is pretty high up there. I would say A.
Meatball sandwich?
I would say A.
Ugh. I'm going F.
For meatballs?
Meatball sandwich?
That's so good. You ain't never had a meatball sub?
No, I like meatballs on their own.
Okay, last one. Bologna.
Ooh. Bologna is childhood.
Don't forget your roots.
That's what I'm saying. Bologna is childhood and childhood.
It can't go higher than B for me, but I would never disrespect it by putting it in F or something. It's good though.
Bologna sandwiches, and once your taste buds mature, bologna sandwiches are trash.
I haven't eaten one in a long time, but I feel like I would enjoy one now.
But fried bologna.
Fried is, yep. With some mustard.
We might have to go. Oh, it has to be B.
Yeah, I was about to say, because I can't put it next to grilled cheese. That's not fair. Lobster rolls for me are A. Mm-hmm. And I think my final S is going to go to Cubans.
Oh, you love
me a Cuban sandwich.
Love it.
Love me a Cuban sandwich. Y'all let us know if you agree with our.
I'm surprised they didn't have some sort of like chicken sandwich on there. Like,
There's a bunch of them.
You know.
I don't really. I'm not familiar with a lot of them. There's like Lox Bagels, which I'm.
A bagel sandwich.
No. Tuna.
Oh,
Tuna's S.
Tuna's definitely S.
Tuna's S for me.
Yeah.
Bacon egg and cheese. I've never had like one that I can. I've had some like people from New York gave me some, and they said it was the best spot, and it was really really good. But I feel like I can't just eat it once.
Is a McGriddle on there?
A McGriddle? No.
Man, McGriddles are so good.
I would put anything Mediterranean in S tier too, like a gyro or a shawarma wrap or something like that, if that counts, because that's on here. But yeah, mine. All right, well, that was our sandwich. That was our sandwich tiers.
That was good.
That was fun.
Now I'm hungry.
I'm super hungry now.
I'm starving now. Okay, that was good. My fact is disgusting, especially after just talking about sandwiches. All right, photo of a tapeworm taken under a microscope wins 4th place in the. Is it Nikon or Nikon?
Nikon.
Nikon
the camera
contest.
company?
Yeah. So.
Oh, come on. This is right up my alley. It looks like the protagonist in an alien like Pixar movie.
Right.
Or the villain.
So this stunning image provides an up-close view of a pork tapeworm's head, magnified 200 times. The eye-like structures are suckers, which, along with the hook-covered rostulum, enables the tapeworm to anchor itself to the host's intestinal lining. In its adult form, the worm can grow to lengths of 2 to 3 meters in humans.
That's disgusting. Having a tapeworm already is like a gross visual, like there's something living in you eating all your food, but then you see the face of it and you're like, oh my
That's
God,
nasty. So I wonder, are they dangerous?
I thought people got it on purpose to get skinny.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, wouldn't they just help you diet if you're trying to lose weight? I can see if you already slim, you're not trying to lose no weight, and you get the tapeworm.
On paper, a tapeworm is a great thing. You know, you eat and it eats what you ate, and like how our bodies are like made up. It's like we should have had a native tapeworm in all of us, because it doesn't seem like our body can keep up with all the delicious foods that we be eating.
So how do you end up knowing that you have one?
Snatched.
You just get snatched.
That waistline.
Like, oh, shit.
I don't know. I hear that you have to poop them out, right? And some people have like a little worm.
Crazy. If I ever pooped out a worm and saw it,
you had to pull it out.
That is disgusting. I would freak.
Hey, what are you doing out here?
Still, like, you couldn't get them off. Like, you thought it was a piece of like doo doo, but you shaking and it's
see that thing chewing on what you just ate. Like, you got some good taste.
Ew, that's so nasty. I would get so scared I'd shit again.
Ugh.
Get out of here.
That's crazy. All right, my fact is actually pretty cool. You did an animal one, so I'm doing one too. Okay, so this is kind of crazy. So scientists have found the fossils of fish on the peaks of the Himalayan mountains, which contributes to the theory that the entire Earth was once completely covered in water.
Wait, what theory was that? I've never heard that theory.
You never heard
the whole Earth was covered in water?
So you ever seen like a scuba diving video or like a submarine video, and they're going through like what just look like underwater mountains? It's crazy. Like almost everything underwater looks like something that's on land. You know? So I feel like that. I don't know what the theory's called, but it makes total sense. I just didn't know that Everything was underwater. That's like our biggest mountain. The mighty Himalayas, also known as the roof of the world, rise to an incredible height, disappearing into the clouds on some days. Some of the world's highest peaks are in the Himalayas, including Mount Everest, which is at almost 30,000 feet. It's the highest mountain in the world. The air is thin at these altitudes, and the temperatures are extreme. The land is arid and brown, and it looks like it's been this way since the beginning of time. It's also hundreds of miles away from the closest sea. The Spiti Valley is rife with evidence dating back to 540 million years ago and attracts paleontologists from around the world. Climbers who have been to the top of Mount Everest brought back rocks in which the fossils of sea lilies were discovered. It's hard to imagine that this vast expanse of weather-bleached land was once a thriving ocean bed with fish and marine creatures populating the water.
I just watched Everest, the movie about those climbers that went up there.
That place is crazy.
I don't know why anybody would ever trek up that. Like, it is violent up there.
It's crazy. I saw a map showing where all the known dead bodies are.
Yeah, it's a map.
Yeah. And there's so many dead bodies that a lot of climbers use dead bodies that have been there as landmarks. So they'll be like, you go until you see, I think one of them's called green boots because they died with like lime green boots on. And then, I saw a video of somebody climbing and it was really windy. So the bodies were like falling down the mountain.
Oh my God.
And so they were like anchored and they just saw like a frozen body like blowing down. And it's like, damn, there ain't nobody that comes to kind of like clean up.
You're going to have to watch Everest.
That
nuts. Shit was so good. But I was just like, wow. Like, I don't see how anybody, because, they have like different camps. So they set up different camps that you get to that, you get taken care of when you get there. There's like medics and.
Yeah. But
if you don't make it there and you stuck and it turns dark and a storm comes, it seems like storms come like how often as they come in Miami.
Yeah, it's just random.
And it's just like tearing people up. I can't ever see that being underwater. That's insane. But how else would fish get up there? Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like how you go to Grand Canyon, places like that, and you see that the mountains and the rocks look like they've been affected by water just because of how smooth and wavy they are, or just like how dug out something is from water over time. And then it's just like mountains for us. So that's kind of creepy.
I wonder how that works with the theory that all the water on Earth came from space. From
a meteor. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Water is alien. That's I hear. I thought there was like a meteor that had like gold in it, or like some type of like something that showed that gold was from somewhere else. I don't know. But that is it's kind of unsettling because it's I was just thinking about this with deserts and sand. Like storms reshape deserts all the time. So but that's like water that we can't really get into. So I was thinking like all of the monuments and cities and stuff that were just a sandstorm swiped over it, and then eons later people are just walking on top of it, have no idea. It's kind of creepy.
Yeah, like our stuff, like a lot of the land that we are on now is on top of some stuff, because we're always like finding out these new discoveries where it's like underneath this lake was a hole this, underneath this building was a hole this, and then you go into the ocean and you see like lost cities in the ocean. So it just seems like, everything is just kind of piled on top of each other. So,
and we're just talking about like things that used to be underwater, not the reverse. Like in a million years, if humans are still around, they might be able to walk from America to Europe.
Right.
There might be like a time where water is taken away as opposed, so yeah, that's kind of creepy to think about. Especially when you think about how deep the ocean is. Okay,
deep
cool.
Is your ocean?
So let's get into these threadulars.
The threadicals.
I know you got an interesting one.
Yes. So mental health crisis from pandemic was minimal, study suggests. And the people are calling cap.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Right? Because I know some people, I mean, couples were like feuding.
Mm-hmm.
There was, I think the divorce rate jumped up as soon as like we were able to kind of like,
it.
yeah. So I don't know. Some people was going crazy.
Yeah, I mean, our history have never experienced anything like this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, definitely not in recent years. So that's like kind of like the Depression happening, and then people being like, minimal studies say this didn't really affect nobody. Like,
and I'll tell you what I was doing in my house, because I could definitely say that my mental health was stressed.
Really?
So I was
because you were doing the
things.
Airbnb thing.
Yes, but yes. So I had to cancel all my Airbnbs and move out of them because nobody could come.
Yeah, exactly.
So that was stressful.
That's not even what you were talking about.
Nope. In my house alone, like the shit I was doing, I'm going to share one of them.
Okay.
Okay. And you think of yours.
Yeah, I know.
Oh. Okay. I befriended a mouse in my apartment, and we watched seasons 3 through 6 of The Wire together.
That's crazy.
But okay.
I befriended a mouse is crazy. First of all, you have mice. That's number one. Number two, the fact that mouse was around so much, so you can, number one, say we're friends, and then number two, say he's watching this with me. That means he was visible for hours at a time.
He became her pet. She probably started feeding him cheese and stuff.
That's crazy. Definitely talking to him. And I wonder if like they had a relationship where you couldn't watch without the other person. So like if the mouse wasn't out, you'd be like, I can't watch episode 6 yet.
Hey, what if the mouse was like stingy and didn't go back and tell the squad like, hey, yo, we got somewhere to like.
Would you?
He just said, fuck the squad. I'm here.
Can you have one mouse? Can you have like one rat?
I feel like no.
Yeah.
I feel like but I guess you probably could, because they don't all travel in packs like that, right? They be solo sometimes.
Yeah, I guess so.
But a mouse. Okay, so what's the difference between a mouse and a rat? Is it just size, or?
I thought it was cuteness. I thought a mouse was like, oh, and a rat was like, yeah.
So a mice is not a baby rat. They're actually two different genetic makeups.
I thought they were two, but also, is rat a nickname we gave him, or is that the actual?
Oh, I don't know. Because
difference?
I'm thinking, puppy, dog, kitten, cat. But mice, mouse.
Okay,
But
it might be size thing. So rats are generally larger and heavier than mice, with thicker and sometimes shorter tails and larger feet, while mice have smaller, slender bodies with longer, thinner tails and smaller feet.
Okay, so they're just in the same family, but they're not like the baby version of that. Sorry, y'all.
And a big thing that just clarified for me is the ears. I thought mice had the big like Mickey Mouse.
Oh yeah.
Ears, and then the rats have smaller, less prominent ears.
And then you go possum. So
Ugh, I hate
mouse,
possums.
rat, possum. Okay.
Mice are often more bolder and more curious than rats. Rats are more cautious and tend to avoid unfamiliar situations. Here's a picture.
Oh, comparison.
Rat. So there's a Norway rat, a roof rat, and a house mouse.
Oh, I'm surprised it doesn't say New York rat. Ooh. So the roof rat is what?
The roof rat
that's a New York rat, right?
That's depicted the most. It's like the dark gray one, big feet, tail longer than the body, somewhat big ears, but slimmer. And then the house mouse has big eyes, big ears, and a long tail, but it's like tiny. And then the Norway rat is huge.
Yeah.
And then there's a difference between like the droppings and stuff. So
rat scat.
Damn, I didn't know this. This is really interesting.
You're about to go down a rabbit hole.
A rat hole.
A rat hole. Ew, that sounds so nasty.
But mice are a little cuter too.
Yeah, I give them
pretty privilege. SMH.
So I know that rat. I mean, that mouse was in the house like,
I would rather have a mouse than a rat, though. You ever had rats?
No, but my parents had mice once in the wall, but I was already out of the house by that time. Woo, thank the Lord, because I would have I would have freaked out.
Oh, I had rats when I was a kid.
Really?
I heard them scratching. I heard I had left like cuz it was like in the garage area. And I had like some like clothes there. I had like this pink Astro Boy shirt. I came in there, I saw like little holes in it.
Oh no.
So I was like, damn. And then we had this like rat whisperer come over. He was like super intense.
Rat whisperer?
Because
not just an exterminator, like, but
well, I mean, he was, but he was just knew everything about rats, and he had like an accent, and it was pretty funny because he'd be like, "There's activity." It was almost like a ghost hunter. But he was like, "I see a lot of activity," and we had to bomb the spot.
That's crazy.
It was a very unsettling feeling to know that they was just hanging out there. I've never seen one. But I heard them and I saw
activity.
Yeah,
I saw a video just recently where they put a snake in the wall and
to get the rats,
and all the rats just start coming out of the hole.
Oh, how many?
Yeah,
they
released. It was a big ass snake. It was probably about 16 to 20 rats that came out of the wall. And I was like, damn, old girl understood the assignment. She went in like...
The person or the snake?
The snake.
Oh, no, the snake was probably happy as hell. You can put him in a wall and you saw 30 snacks?
Right.
That's crazy.
Okay, the next one says, I sat in my shower, fully clothed, and pretended I was a thirsty rhinoceros, feeling the first rain of springtime.
I'm assuming she was of the big back type.
Fully clothed shower?
Oh, she had clothes on?
Yes, I sat in my shower fully clothed and pretended I was a thirsty rhinoceros feeling the first rain of springtime.
When you said thirsty rhinoceros, I didn't hear anything else. Because you got to be a big back for that to be the first animal that you compare to. All animals do stuff in the rain. She said a thirsty rhino.
Right, I'm just picturing her on her knees in the bathtub.
That's crazy. I wonder what that came from. Was that from like I need social interaction, or I don't know. That's kind of
boredom.
That's kind of nuts.
Boredom. Like mine's isn't that bad. My dad spent 200 euros on a Blastoise costume during lockdown.
Fire.
Just because.
I mean, I don't want to show my nerd off, but it's not Blastoise.
Oh, what is it?
It's like, I guess it's Blastoise. It's kind of like when you go to like a piñata shop and you see what's supposed to be a Pikachu, but it's all.
Okay, I get it.
You don't even have the guns on the back.
Right. That's like the Michael Jackson and Prince impersonators who just have the worst.
Oh,
of
God.
The worst.
It just look like they strung out.
Right.
I love me some Pokemon.
My fish died and I had a Viking funeral for it.
Now that's some good 2020 content. I feel that one. What's a Viking funeral?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know what that is.
I mean, we're learning
but it
stuff.
Sounds crazy.
Viking funeral.
These people are idiots, bro.
Oh, they burned it, believing the smoke carried the deceased spirit to the afterlife.
Nice.
Or a ship burial. The most famous Viking burial, symbolizing past. Okay, so what is it? What happens at a Viking funeral? Feasting and drinking, music, songs, chants, visionary experience, human and animal sacrifice.
Oh,
which one?
Human.
Which one was she doing?
Right. That's insane.
The next search is, why can't I have a Viking funeral? That's funny.
Because there are human sacrifices. That's why. What's wrong with these people?
I kind of want to know exactly what they did. It says, ship burial. The deceased was laid in a boat or stone ship, given grave offerings, and then they sacrificed slaves.
Well,
okay.
She is oh, damn. It is a little boat.
So she had a literal Viking funeral. She had a little boat, put him in it, and burnt it. Mm-hmm. That's kind of, okay. So, so that's not really regular anymore.
I spent $1,200 on a birthday party for my dog, but okay.
That's
$1,200 is crazy.
I think that's fine.
For a dog party?
I think that's fine.
I bought medieval weapons with my stimulus check.
Now we're getting to the good stuff. You got to have like little fights though. You got to have little LARPing sessions in the crib.
Little sword fights. During COVID, I tried to write a new constitution.
Okay, that's boring as hell.
Right, like what?
You boring as hell.
I would like to see his articles though. I would
like does he read them out loud to himself?
Probably ridiculous. Explain why I spent most of my time in lockdown dressed as Waluigi then.
That's fun. That's fun. Interesting character choice.
I made a cake with Harriet Tubman's face on it.
Okay. That is the craziest one so far. Well, that's not even celebrating anything. That was the closest one to a mental health crisis. And then the thirsty rhinoceros one. I would check on
like this one.
I would check on both of those people.
You gonna like this one.
A Tubman cake.
Over 2 weeks, I bought nearly 150 rubber ducks, and at one point they had a wedding.
All of them? So orgy? Okay, yeah. These people are slipping into madness. People are really slipping into some madness.
Right? A duck wedding is crazy.
That's
so they
nuts.
probably had little bow ties. It's probably the cutest thing ever.
Why so many?
Niggas had time.
Um,
God, like we was on lockdown for a minute.
Amazon probably went crazy.
Oh,
I was
hell
ordering
yeah.
everything.
Had a birthday party for the dishwasher.
What? Oh yeah, this is getting past like cute or funny. This is like serious help. What does that even mean?
I don't know. They're just telling us they
Did
had
the dishwasher not come with the rest of the house?
Maybe not. Maybe there was an anniversary or
That bitch wanted to eat cake. Just
Right.
just get some cake. That's the stupidest reason ever. The Tubman cake is still crazy to me.
somebody said I built a shrine to Weird Al Yankovic. Is it Yankovic or Yankovic?
I thought it was Yankovic.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like people kind of did that already. He has a very cult fan following.
Mm-hmm.
I see people dressed up like him all the time. So
A shrine though?
shrine is crazy. People have like Drake shrines and stuff.
Oh. No.
I
That's horrible.
think it was like a podcast hosted.
I cried when the spider that lived outside my window for 3 months disappeared.
No, that bitch was lonely. She didn't even say he made friends with it. She just looked out and saw it and then cried when it was gone.
Right. We all watched Tiger King.
Was that during the pandemic?
Was it? I definitely
No.
watched it.
No.
But I don't know.
Ain't no way, because I was talking about that in the office. Tiger King.
Somebody said, wait.
Wow.
Can we see the new Constitution?
2020. March 20th, 2020.
Okay, yeah.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, that makes sense. I guess it wasn't. I don't know. My 2020 was very social.
Mm-hmm.
It was insanely social because, I mean.
Yeah, I was doing a lot of Zooms and stuff. So I was going to Zoom birthday parties.
Right.
And it was kind of fun.
It was, I mean, I always kind of, I try to tiptoe around how I really felt about 2020 because it's insanely insensitive. People going through it, people lost people for sure.
Right.
But I mean, and I think that the most stress that I went through in COVID was like people I know getting it and worrying about them. I got it twice.
Me too.
And for the most part, it was just isolation. I didn't have like horrible symptoms. So I was never worried about myself. But I was worried about like people in my family who got it. You know, my mom got it really, really bad. And that was really, really scary.
I sent care packages to friends who got it because I got it later. So I got it from that Kanye and Drake.
Same.
Yeah, I got it from that.
I've had it 3 times then, yeah.
Oh, damn.
I got it in 2019. I got it there.
Oh, wait.
Then
I got it 3 times too.
Mm-hmm.
But the third time I got it was way it was like 2023, I think.
Oh, you had the remix. It got weaker as it went.
It
so,
did.
That was cool. But I mean, just with the career path that we have, I was like, I felt like I was on the front lines of entertainment. You know, like
you were.
People were really like thrown into constant Zooms, constant, from anything from all deaf arcade tokens to here's Zooming with the homies, the quarantine games. We were going to Thunder a lot. And then, when studios opened back up, it seemed like we were shooting a lot just with the testers. You remember?
Mm-hmm.
So we were like, I had to write the COVID version of Roast Me and stuff like that. So we were either in studio or on Zoom or on stream, between one of those 3 things constantly.
Yeah, I feel like my content definitely went up like crazy during the pandemic. I feel like mentally I was so stressed out because I was unsure of how the pathogens were spread. So I was living in an apartment building and I put tape on my vents because I was afraid that, we sharing the same air as, the person that lives above me or below me. What if they catch it and they are at home and all they doing is coughing and stuff? I was thinking it was going to come through my air vent. So I put tape on the vent and I kept my balcony open, and I was just I was terrified to get in elevators because I'm like, what if somebody was just in here and they were coughing and now I get in? It was such a brain bust.
Yeah.
During COVID of stress. But then I was like, okay, if I'm staying at home, I tried to do a podcast on my own, stupid ass podcast.
Not bumping heads?
No, I tried to do my own where it was just me. It was called Whiskey in My Wine Glass. And
what is that about?
I don't know. It was because I had a wine glass and I was drinking Jameson.
Oh my God, the Jameson days.
Jameson days. And I tried to do a solo podcast and I did 2 or 3 episodes and I was like, this is not for me. Everybody
of,
came
how hard
to
it
it. It was tough to just sit there. For me, it was just tough to just sit there and talk to the camera. But I went over different little articles and stuff, and I engaged with the fan base, but I just found it really challenging to keep that going. So I tried so many different things though during the pandemic, but
that's good though. I wish I tried more things.
I will say I did put on my roller skates and I skated around my house.
That's fun.
On live.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that fits in the thread very well. That's crazy.
So I
had a roller skate party. I had a little skate party at my spot too. I was living with Fred at the time. Shout out to Fred GT. And we it was just I don't know. It was just like a party house. You know, it wasn't a lot of people there, but I think that I didn't really do anything that was man, I'm losing my mind because I need to be outside or talk to people, because I was just kind of constantly talking to people. I will say that physical health kind of was an interesting thing, because I think that for the pandemic, people were kind of at home with nothing to do for the first time, always, so it was kind of down the middle. On the good side, there was nearby hiking trails and stuff that there was nobody on. So I was constantly going out.
Oh, you was outside?
That's why. Yeah. I mean, I could walk there though. Yeah. I could walk to this hiking trail, and it was.
Oh, okay.
It was very, very isolated. So that kind of started me going to the gym and doing stuff consistently. But then on the unhealthy side it was just Postmating whatever foods and insane day drinking and stuff. I feel I read something about how liquor, the prices of that was going stupid because people were just at home getting turned up.
Yeah, because people didn't know how to deal with their spouse or their kids.
For sure. And just getting lit at the house.
The kids is home all day. Your spouse is home all day.
I'm sure stress drinking was out the roof, but bored drinking was just like, hey, let's turn it up, So I think that health physically was kind of a tough thing. Gyms were closed and stuff, and how your body is, it automatically affects your brain and how your mental is. So
man, I felt like a dust monkey.
Wow,
because you couldn't
couldn't
get your brows done, couldn't get your nails done, So you
I never thought about
pedicures, like the beauty industry. You couldn't get your hair done, like it was just
a giant bush. No waxing.
Yeah, that jungle was jungling.
Looking like a
caveman. What I'm saying? I couldn't get mine because I for years was doing laser hair removal, and so there was my stomach right there.
That's what that was.
Dang. That's what that was. I don't know.
Damn.
The mic picked it up.
Oh, it did. I'm sure it did.
But yes, like I was getting laser hair removal, so that had to stop. So it was like. I was like, man, all right, bro. Like, I'm going to have to figure out, like, the nail thing. I was just like, damn, I can't get my nails done. I wasn't doing the little press-on things. It was just.
Press-on nails probably were going up, too.
It was a crazy time. I will say that.
That is crazy. Yeah, I mean, I don't really.
What's the weirdest thing you did, though?
That's what I was saying. Like, I was having fun, kind of.
Well, what's the most creative thing that you think you did during the pandemic that if the pandemic wasn't happening, you might not have thought of? Like, I would have never thought to roller skate in my 2-bedroom apartment.
Oh. Creatively, I had to write a lot of stuff that didn't have a lot of people in it, which was great for me because a lot of what?
Did you do your rat one? The cheese, your rat sketch.
I don't know what year that was, honestly.
Oh.
Because it was just in my studio. I was doing all skits in my studio, so I don't know what year that was. But I mean, that was just how I'm just that stupid all the time. I mean, I don't know. I write a lot of shows that have a large amount of people in it, so I had to kind of like scale that down. Wrote a lot of shows for Zoom, which was really fun.
Hey, you was in your bag. Come on, Pat. Pat was in his bag.
I don't know. I think it was. I mean, there was a couple times where we had like little roller skate because we had tile, so we would like have like little skate parties. I think I bought skates too.
I ended up moving. I moved to a big ass house that had everything. It had a pool. It had a yard. I put a basketball court in the back. I put a gym in the garage.
Damn.
And yeah. So my house that was in Covina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Big ass house. Yeah,
I wish I had something more creative. I feel like I was just like working and doing stupid stuff.
Yeah, we were trying to come up with shows together. Like we were gonna do the music show, the carousel show. Yeah.
That was shut down immediately.
Immediately, we were gonna do a alcohol show, a mixology show.
Right.
We was trying to figure out some shit to do.
That was before Thick Threads.
Yeah, that was before Thick Threads. That was yeah. Yeah, that was when I lived over there, and we was trying to figure it out, like, because couldn't do too much.
I think my mental health thing was like buying a bunch of stuff for a new hobby and then just looking at the boxes the whole pandemic.
Damn.
Just getting stuff to get into and not following.
Were you when you got your boxes, were you like spraying them, leaving them outside, spraying them with Lysol and shit like everybody else? No. I was so scared I was gonna catch COVID from the boxes that I used to like get the gloves.
Oh wow.
I would order from Amazon, get the gloves, spray it down, wipe it down before even grocery bags. If I did
My
Instacart,
mom did that. Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom did that.
It was crazy times.
Damn.
Wild times during COVID.
Yeah, my dad would have to like when he got home from work, he would have to take all his clothes off, put it in a bag, burn it. No,
burn it was crazy. My dad did that too. He was a letter carrier.
Oh, they were in the field for sure.
He was on the front lines.
I have mine.
Oh no! If it just hit you like that, I know it's crazy.
It's not as crazy as that stuff, but There were some creepy times because like Kobe died and then the world fell apart.
Right.
So that was like back to back.
Right.
So you remember how the city was, how it felt when Kobe died.
Mm-hmm.
Then the pandemic happened. So every time, because I had to drive to like Long Beach for Thunder and different sets and stuff. So I was driving a lot, even though I wasn't an essential. And the streets just they were creepy.
They were so
like
empty.
downtown LA you would be the only one. So mentally, I was like in a zombie apocalypse movie or like I Am Legend. So I was like driving, like acting like I was like the only person left.
Smith.
The only person.
Did you have your dog with you too?
Damn. I think I was riding around with Hazel too.
Oh, that's fire. Oh, that's fire because I remember the times that I got on the freeway and it was the 405, it was the 10, it was the 605. And these are the worst freeways in California damn near. And it was just like nobody there. And I was looking around like part of me was excited and then the other part of me was like, it's kind of fucked up.
It's nervous.
Like this is like we going through some shit right now that we're going to be able to talk about to our kids in the future.
It's surreal, yeah.
Yeah. And I was just like, this is wow. I Am Legend is one of my absolute favorite movies.
Fantastic movie.
Top tier movie. I hate that I didn't think to do that. Oh, opportunity wasted.
It's like being in a music video in your head times 30. Because it was like, damn, if I wanted to shoot something with empty downtown, I would have to pay billions of dollars.
Right. You could have literally parked in the middle of the freeway, got out, and had like a selfie camera. You could have done like
a little apocalypse movie. Just with no plot.
Look, I was selling sophisticated signature masks.
Ooh, I made somebody have some masks too. Selling out, thinking it was like, man, I'm stylish. Nigga, it's a world catastrophe.
So I had to go downtown to get my stuff. So I would drive from Covina all the way to downtown LA and it was just a breeze because there was nobody there. And when I got to downtown and I'm like, this is even where like some of the homeless population is. And that wasn't even out there like that. And I was like, this is wild to go downtown, the streets of downtown and not see nobody.
That's weird. Even walking.
Crazy.
Skid Row was still a thing, and that was a really sad thing about the after effects of downtown because not LA period because when the city opened up again, you were seeing it looked like Skid Row on streets that were never like that, like Vine in Hollywood. I was like, yo, there's a lot of tents here now. It wasn't just in one area of the city. Now it was everywhere. So I was like, man, this really hit.
Yeah.
You have any more? Was that all of them?
That was it. Yeah.
That was all of them. That was a good little trip down memory lane.
Yeah.
But y'all tell us, what was the weirdest thing y'all did in the pandemic? What was the strangest thing that made you think like, man, I'm losing my mind? Did you act like a thirsty rhinoceros? Did you make a Harriet Tubman cake? Those were my favorite ones.
Tubman cake was crazy.
All right. Well, we appreciate you guys for watching. As always, I've been Patrick Cloud.
And I'm Stephanie.
We'll see y'all in the next one.
Bye.